Brian, let me tell you about game makers.
Yes.
Okay, so in game makers, you hate your day job, and just like I guess Stardew Valley, you get a letter in the mail. You found out that you have inherited a factory, so you quit your job, you get a loan, and you decide to fulfill your dream of being the best board game manufacturer in the world.
Okay.
And this is the game makers. So think of it as Fromage and Wingspan,
Okay.
but with board games. But you're not making Brian's Chutes and Ladders. You're making Gnome Hollow. You're making Nostalgia. You're making ISS Vanguard. You're making real world games.
Wow.
We have over, I think, 400 games from over 100 publishers, and so yeah, it makes the game a lot more fun because every time you get it, you're thinking about all the memories of the game, and it just, I don't know, it creates this meta game that you wouldn't expect. Everything is dual purpose, so you can either take the game and make it a contract, but some contracts require cards, so some games can just become a component for your contract. And then when you fulfill it, you just take it and you add it to your display case. And the game ends when one player has filled up their display case.
Okay.
But the big highlight of the game is honestly, just like Fromage, which is Ben Rossett's previous design, is the big wheel. Like it's big, it's massive, it's really intimidating. And it's simultaneous play. We like to think of this as a reverse Tzolk'in. So in Tzolk'in, like you put your worker down, and the longer you wait to pick it up, the better the resource. This one's a little different. You put it down, you immediately get the better resource, but it takes longer for you to get that worker back.
Okay.
So because of reversing it, it allows for simultaneous play. So you can play this 6 people, 4 people, and the playtime should stay the same, roughly like 90 minutes. And if you 2 people, maybe 45, once it gets pretty zippy. And then once this last wedge is filled, it turns, and then these go and get stuff. And then it turns, and they get it. And if you notice that each component has 3 levels, level 1, level 2, level 3.
Okay.
So like that's level 1, that's level 2, that's level 3. You want the level 3 meeple, or maybe you want level 3 card, so you're gonna go here, and then when it moves up, well then now you have access to that. So there's this a little bit of a timing that goes to the wheel. All the components are dual purpose. So like I said before, like it could be either contract or a component, but that's true for everything. Like the plastic buildings can be used to fulfill, or you can put them in these structures and unlock end-game scoring, mid-game bonuses. The punch board can go to fulfill or to your assembly line. So maybe you get discounts on your contract. So instead of a level 3, maybe you just need a level 2. The workers can go to the break room maybe, and then they can work together to give you free board game components, or maybe enhance your like seeing more cards. When you fill up your assembly line, because they're all octagons, they're gonna be like these little squares, and that's what these are. They kind of go in between. And then they can go through it. The marketing here is really important because you need to increase your marketing to go up. So if you specialize in war games, because there are 4 types of games here. You have like war games, co-op, set collection, and engine building.
Okay.
And it's funny because they all score a little bit differently. Like war games are very similar to Seven Wonders. Like I'm more war games than you, so I score points a certain way.
Okay.
Purple's co-op, so if we both have purple cards, then we both score. Set collection works like set collection, so like you want to collect these. So if you have at least 1 blue card in each of these 4 columns, you'll score a point, up to 4 points. So you have to collect a set of things, right, to score. And engine building cards work like engine building, so like they all give you stuff to help build your engine. So yeah, and whatever you specialize in, maybe you want to push that marketing up because this will be a multiplier for what you score.
Okay.
And the trees are for like to show like which manufacturer is the most eco-friendly.
Okay.
And I have these fun little 3D trees. But that's essentially the game. The cool things that happen though are weird things that, like you don't expect, like the Galactic Cruise guys played this game in February.
Okay.
And so I think TK is like, hey, look, guys, it's our game. It's Galactic Cruise. And like, oh, that's so cool. Are you going to build it? And he's like, and he put it down as a component. And they're like, what? That's our game. We're only going to go through this draw pile once. So in this universe, our game does not exist. He's like, well, I want to win. So it creates these weird meta moments. Like you see people who are like, I hate this game. But it gives me like 6 points. And or like, I love this game, but it doesn't do anything for me right now. It's like, I love this game, I'm building it, I don't care. So you get these weird things. And the tiebreaker, like we reached out to Scott of BGG and like, he's like, hey, can we use your logo? He's like, yeah. He told him about the game, he loved the idea. And so the only tiebreaker in the game is the BGG ranking.
Okay.
So if you build Brass Birmingham, you're gonna win the tiebreaker, right? Or if you build Arc Nova and no one built Brass Birmingham and it's tied, maybe you win.
But then next year, it might be different.
Correct. That could change.
Okay.
So 4 years from now, it might be Agricola again. It might be Twilight Imperium 6th edition. You never know.
Okay.
So that's going to change over time.
Is the game makers in the game?
Yeah.
So it could be the game makers.
It could be the game makers. It will be the game.
Of course.
But like, I mean, the best thing about this game, in my opinion, though, aren't the mechanics, not the meta play, but all the publishers that helped make it happen.
That collaboration is fantastic.
Like all the publishers who are like, yeah, dude, like put our game in your game. I think that the idea is awesome. We totally support it. And just like seeing that overwhelming love and like brotherhood, sisterhood of the publishing companies, like that's, to me, like that's the real hero of the story.
Absolutely.
And it's really funny, like to see like how certain publishers reacted to it. Like, I mean, obviously some publishers like Acid and Cosmos are bigger ships to turn, so that process took a lot longer because they also had more of the catalog that's in the game. Like other publishers are like Kingdom Death Monster. They're awesome because they're like, you can do it, but our game must be the most expensive game to make. I like, done, we'll do it. And so it also gives you the most points.
Okay.
Because it's the most expensive game. And so I don't know, you get to see like fun little things like that happen along the process. Another hero of this game, I think, is our licensing manager. As I asked her in the most millennial way, I'm like, what's your email count? And she's like, it's like for like game makers? I'm like, yeah. How many emails has it taken? And she's like, I am at 1,500 email threads. And that's not just emails, it's email threads and chains. It's like, it's a lot of emails.
That's a lot to manage and everything.
Yeah, but we're super excited about it. Other publishers have already licensed it in Europe. So in Spiel 26, there are quite a few publishers who will be releasing it at the same time. So we're all really excited about this because it's going to be a big release, I think, next year in Spiel. And
expansions are infinite.
Yeah, the idea is that every year we'll just release like a deck of cards, like cool games of 26, cool games of 27, 28, 29. We're working on an expansion right now, and it could be like an expansion of just expansions in this expansion. We're also playing with the idea of some games will be horizontal and go on top. For the big box games that can't fit in your Kalex, they only fit on top of your shelf.
Okay, yep.
And we've all been there. So like, even though like, I think we called them coffin boxes back in the day, right?
Yeah.
They don't exist as much.
Not really, but.
But at the same time, like, there are like collector's editions that have like huge things that can only fit like on top.
The giant Firefly collector's edition that I just got has no place. There's no place to put it.
Right? Like the nesting box for Wingspan, or the Everdell thing, or like the Castles of Burgundy thing. Like doesn't fit in your Kalex, right? So these are things that we like. They're part of the industry too, and we want to include them, and we'll put them like up top to kind of show that off. So it's a work in progress. This is about maybe 90% there.
Okay.
Everyone gets a container for all their little board game components. for the thing. Yeah, we're super excited about this. We're training an app right now, so that way
Okay.
when the game's over, you'll just take a picture of your display case,
Okay.
and then it'll give you the BGG rankings of all the games.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So that way you don't have to scroll as much. So I don't know, it's really exciting to see gamers play this, because then their faces just light up and looking at it. There's before the app, there's a mini game that we also play of like, we would take turns looking at our display case and guess what the highest ranked game is.
Okay.
Like, oh, it's gotta be this. It's gotta be this. And we would vote and then we will see what it actually is. And sometimes we get shocked and stuff. I mean, the top 20 are pretty easy.
Yeah.
But when you get to like 100 to 200, you're like, I don't know.
And that changes on the daily.
Yeah, it changes on the daily, right? So this is what we're most excited about. And it's been a lot of fun, like developing this and taking it to places, hearing feedback and stuff. And it's gone through a lot of play testing to kind of tweak it just right.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Awesome. And how many players?
1 to 6.
Okay.
And because it's simultaneous play, we've never really seen it go longer than like 90 minutes.
Okay.
So, and it's usually after a few rounds, people just get it and it just gets zippy afterwards.
Awesome. Well, that looks absolutely fantastic.
Oh,
and when
thanks.
is this coming out?
September 2nd on Kickstarter.
Okay.
So if you join us for it's going to be a wild ride. I think we have over 2,000 subscribers.
Okay.
And we just launched a notification page like this week, so
Okay.
The response has been great. We weren't expecting to get on the hotness on BGG, but we're there, and it's been really fun to see the community like create all these lists on BGG, but like, hey, what games do you have on the cover? That's a really great story. It's one of my favorite stories to tell. It's like, we were deciding what is the cover of this game. And so I pitched the idea of, what if it's like School of Rock, where it's just a pile of games with the name Game Makers just thrown in there. And people kind of like that, and we played it back and forth, and that's the idea of it. And so we're getting all excited. We're like, wait, do we have the rights to use the side art of the box? And then everyone looks at the licensing manager, and she's just like,
1,000 emails.
There's another
1,000 threads.
that's another 1,000 emails like to send out, and that was really funny, but because we did it, so she had to send out emails to all those publishers and ask, can we use the side art? And some publishers like, which sides? And like some of them are like, and some games have like the SGJ award, and the SGJ award's like, well, if you put it on there, you got to pay us. I'm like, and then there's like these weird things that it's been a huge process to do. So it's been really interesting. And to see like some of the comments we have, like people ask us like, is there a tariff expansion to it? It's been a common one. I'm like, well, these are board game manufacturers and not publishers. So I guess if you want to do a tariff expansion, you just take out like maybe a third of the deck.
Yeah.
To simulate games not going to the US, and then it's a little dark. But we're really excited about it.
I mean, you can probably even throw in your own little rule, be like, you know what, you can only build games you own.
Yeah.
You gotta have a big collection.
It's been wild to see everyone's response to this. And like people seeing these games, and like almost always at the end of a game you hear people like, I miss this game. I'm gonna play this game next.
Yeah, oh, I forgot about this game. Let's pull it off the shelf and play that next.
Yeah, it's been really cool to see that love of games like come from within each player, to be like, oh yeah, I want to revisit my collection again. And it's been really fun to see that.
Awesome. Well, this looks fantastic.
Thank you.
Best of luck with the Kickstarter.
Thank you.
We don't need that luck, because this will look fun day one.
Yeah, we're really hopeful and excited. The response has been really incredible, and we're really excited. People have been demoing it and having a blast with it.
Awesome.
I'm being shocked that this game is not as heavy as I thought it would be.
Yeah, it looks intimidating, but yeah, you can pick it up and.
Yeah, we want it to be at that level, because that way you can enjoy the meta of the game. Of like, you can enjoy like looking at the cards and seeing all the cards.
What do I do next?
Yeah, I mean, like we were thinking about like, oh, we should have had flavor text on all the cards, and we're like, oh, but then we have to send it to each publisher and be like, is this flavor text okay with you? Is this flavor text okay with you? And then like, we didn't want to deal with that nightmare. And it's like,
Yep.
we're more than happy with the cover art. We'll just leave it there. So yeah, it's been,
Awesome.
yeah.
Well, thanks for showing it off.
That's my pleasure, Brian. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Yeah.